Hello everyone, welcome back to our Mordor campaign. Last episode when we left off, we placed Dondeth on the port of Minas Tirith, hoping to blockade it and complete our mission. Unfortunately, we need to blockade for at least 3 turns before that mission is completed, so an additional 2 turns are required to complete this mission. And the unfortunate thing about it is that Captain Faelvin has gathered all the units gathered from Minas Tirith, and I assume he's going to be heading towards Carindros or West Osgiliath, so we'll have no choice but to defend. Luckily, what this means for us, though, is we can crush the Gondorians in the field once again and execute them, and there we go. We've got no opposition in Minas Tirith. The only thing is, that will severely weaken our fucking armies, as always. That's always how it's going these days. We do have some reinforcements coming, though, in the form of orc bands and the like from the heart of fucking Gondor. From the heart of Mordor, that is.
Get ready for fighting.
Speaking of reinforcements, though, we've got a bunch of orcs heading for Thornburg. Among them, we've got Laguf, our faction leader, rather, and also a member of Dale, Bjarn the Cuckold, which is...
I am a warrior.
He looks like that kind of guy. He looks like he would have that name. But there you go. We've got a few more units in Thornburg, and still, it's 2 more turns until those men reach the fortress in the north. And there we go. Speaking of Barad-dûr, though, we've got a few more units on the way, and we can recruit some orc raiders, so we might as well do. And some scouts, actually. But we've got 2 more units headed to the front lines. There we go. Okay, slowly but surely we're heading there. But let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 additional units on their way, plus 2 more in West Osgiliath, plus a catapult for Dondeth. We might just be able to outpace the Gondorians in manpower. It's hard to say. We've got a gremlin, like from the 80s movie Gremlins, ready for adoption. And we're going to have to decline because, fuck, those guys have so many rules. You can't feed them after midnight, you can't douse them in water or something. I don't remember. I was very young when I watched that movie, and as cool as it was freaky as fuck still. But here we go. We got Lunmaz checking out Pelargir, and look at that. There's no one in Pelargir except for Daniel Radcliffe's older brother. His older emo brother. I'm not sure if he has sideburns or just really well-defined cheekbones. It's hard to say. But if we were to give Hormarath just like a few units, he could even just march down there and take it. Holding it is another story. But look at the fucking income on this place. 3,700. If we could get just a slice of that, that would be fucking fantastic. It's hard to say, though, if that would happen. We've murdered an agent, and in fact, it was an assassin set out to kill Dondeth. And Dondeth, right off the bat, just fucking sliced his throat, no problem. He actually assassinated the assassin, which I gotta say is very ironic. But we have repaired the walls in Thornburg, and we recruited a few more units in Barad-dûr. Let's see if we can get some spearmen in Minas Morgul, or even Hennethunun to garrison Carindros. Can Carindros recruit some spearmen? No, not for a few turns yet. I believe Hennethunun actually has a few units to spare. There we are. So we've got 2 spearmen in Carindros to give to Dwarvois once he slaughters the few militiamen in Druiden village here. Speaking of, we might as well assault that village at the end of this turn, actually. Right before we end the turn, we'll do that. Shit. There's a Gondorian assassin hot on the heels of Dwarvois still. He is not letting up. Okay, let us talk to the orcs. Oh shit, what is this? There's a massive fortress. Can you see that? There's a massive fortress in the mountains here. Perhaps we can talk to the goblins of whatever mountains these happen to be. The Misty Mountains, my god. The Misty Mountains themselves. I can't tell you who owns these Misty Mountains. Oh yes, I can. It is the orcs of the Misty Mountains. My god, who the fucking thunk? Maybe I can talk to the orcs of the Misty Mountains, get them on my side. I mean, technically we share blood. We are all orcs. And if we can get trade with them, that would be great. Speaking of trade, I got trade with Eriador last episode, and I can't say that it's really paid off. We're paying 100 gold coins for the next few turns for that trade, and also the maps. The maps were the main component there, but regardless, the trade is not really paying off. It's sad to say. But we're gonna take Gorshag to the very ends of the earth to get some very important intel. Apparently, if I had more gold coins, I would get old What's-His-Nuts to build a tower, so we had a bit of a warning system. And in fact, I'm going to do that next turn. Actually, we don't have enough movement points to make it anywhere worthwhile. We can do this though. Shit, that just made Thornburg open to bribery though, which is very shitty. Hopefully the place gets bribed and I look like a stupid idiot. That would be my ultimate dream. I'm hoping that happens. But you know what? We might as well assault this village right now, get it over with, and see what kind of income we make from this place. Not much, but you know, whatever helps. Here we go. Dwarvois is preparing his knives. He's got his lieutenant, the absolute idiot, Gordish. I don't know if you remember this, but I believe when we first took Osgiliath, or it was one of the first defenses of Osgiliath, Gordish was the man, well, the orc who came to our help, our aid, with his reinforcements, but he decided to deploy his men across the river, being an absolute piece of trash. But for some reason, Dwarvois has taken a liking to Gordish, and now Gordish is his right-hand man, actually. And I gotta say, Dondeth is kind of sad. He doesn't have his right-hand man anymore. He got word of Uvatha, and I gotta say, his vacant black hole of a face looked a little more sad than it usually does. I would say that there was a tear there, but it's just hard to say. It's just a big vacuum of a face, so, I mean, it's hard to tell if he was really tearing up or what. But anyway, let's get moving on. We'll fight this battle, and, yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got our orc raiders outside the walls, and we're immediately going to try to bust a fucking hole in this place. Bust it wide open like a walnut, and we'll get our archers forward to try to inflict some casualties on these fucking assholes over here. It's been a long time since I fought a battle with a Nazgul. I can't remember when the last battles with Dondeth and Dwarvois were. Probably way more recent than I am imagining, but regardless, all I have is the siege of Thornburg stuck in my head. I've just got a bad taste in my mouth from those sieges, but basically what it boils down to is I'm very glad to have Dwarvois on the field right now. I mean, he's no Dondeth, but cavalry is a welcome sight in my opinion. But here we go. We've got our scouts firing a few arrows at these militiamen. And you know what? They're taking quite a lot of casualties right off the bat, actually. There should be another unit of militia, but I guess all three are actually here right now. And I am delusional. But we can speed through this battle, and in fact, I'm going to get my raiders to stop for a second here. We'll expend all of our ammunition, and then we'll continue onward. Unless they decide to sally out, that would be less than stellar, I gotta say. But the Gondorians have actually pulled our target unit away from the rest of their units, which is not great. We want to try to inflict as many casualties as possible on these bunched up men while we have the opportunity. And there we go, 1,000,000 darts of death flying through the air, and you know, we're not doing bad. We're actually causing quite a lot of casualties, a surprising amount of casualties. And the best part is we've got 1,000,000 fucking arrows left, and there's nothing these assholes can do about it except for sallying out, which I don't believe they're prone to do. But damn, we are actually we're making a fucking killing with these archers here. I think it's because these militiamen really don't have much armor to speak of. They've got a shield value, and that's what I'm saying, though. We are killing a lot of these guys despite firing right into their shields. But the armor value it's not there. There's nothing to save them. But we've got a lot of these units now nearly down to 100 men, which is great. I'm sure our raiders can handle it, no fucking problem. Speaking of, let's get them to start bashing down these walls and these gates. just so we can get into combat as quickly as possible. We have taken a few casualties from our raider units, but nothing really worrying. Holy shit, we're through the fucking gate already. My goodness. And still there's arrows flying. I'm glad we brought as many arrows as we did. Anything to turn the tide in our favor, actually. Less melee, the better, really. Orcs do not excel in melee combat, is what I'm saying. But we're going to get our archers to stop firing. There we go. And in fact, we can probably just throw Dwarf War into the fucking frying pan here and get our raiders to deal with these fucking assholes, actually. And here we go. Okay, yeah, we'll send Dwarf War to chase down these few guys, and they're actually taking a few more casualties from our remaining... Actually, no, we're gonna get fucking cut off at the pass here, so we'll have to intercept with our raiders. But let's see what we can do with Dwarf War. Hopefully he can turn the tide in our favor, actually. Maybe we can slip him by and charge in the rear. That would be fucking fantastic, but... Oh my god, my archers are still firing into the rears of my own men. There we go. Yes, we've actually... Oh shit, we've actually broken those men already. That's freaking great. But let's get Dwarf War to come around all the way. You think he would just be able to jump over these walls, but I guess Dwarf War is very respectful. He does not like to... There must be some do not trot on grass signs, and that's what I mean. Dwarf War is a respectful guy. He will not trot on your grass. If you put up no trespassing signs or anything of the like, he will not do. And in fact, neither will my orcs. The only pathfinding to be found here is on the road, which is very fucking annoying, considering there's a massive public park right here, and we can't even step in it. I guess only Gondorian men pay for that park, therefore orcs are just not allowed. I mean, it's their taxpayers' money, you know. We should really not be taking advantage of their federal funds. But look at this, we're going to charge these assholes in the rear. And, well, they just turned just in time, but Dwarf War is going to charge them in the flank and do a Nazgul Screech and all that shit. And there we go. That was a very lame charge, actually, but these guys should be fleeing any fucking minute now. If we could widen our formation, that would be even better, but I doubt we will be able to due to said pathfinding and federal parks and whatnot. Let's see if we can get another charge off. That was very underwhelming. I don't want Dwarf War in melee combat too long either. I've had a lot of bad luck with my Nazgul dying in shitty combats like this. Look at this. These guys are fucking actually charging towards Dwarf War. They're asking for it. Like, literally, they are asking for it. But unfortunately for them, what this means is they have put themselves in a weaker position to be surrounded by my orcs. And we can just keep skirting them and kiting them like so. Where's Dwarf War, though? Oh, he's at the front of the formation. There we go. We'll charge all the way out here and get our orcs to come around the flanks. Hopefully they can manage it. Hopefully their wee little minds can actually manage what I'm talking about. They can actually comprehend my orders, perhaps. But here we go. We got Dwarf War charging yet again, and this is a good charge. Actually, there we go. That's a shatterer right there. Morale breaker. And look at this. These assholes are wavering because they know they are done for. They're surrounded by orcs. Dwarf War is absolutely just fucking mopping up. And Gordush is absolutely just being a useless piece of shit out here. What the fuck? I don't know if you noticed this. Okay, well, we killed the captain, but that's not what I'm talking about. I don't know if you noticed this, but there's a dead Nazgul out here. Well, I say Nazgul, but I really mean Numenorian. A dead black Numenorian. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm starting to suspect that we've got some rebel elements within our armies and some splinter cells, if you will, and they are trying to take us down from within. Perhaps it's that assassin, actually. It's that assassin, Kuan, or whatever his fucking name is. It's that fucking asshole. I bet you money. I put my life on it. But there we go. We have captured this small wee village that apparently is a forest retreat, but there's not really a forest in sight. Well, okay, well, that's a forest, I suppose, but not at all like the campaign map would suggest. But holy shit, we killed and captured 400 Gondorians, and we only lost 60 of our own men, which is surprising. There we go. We actually healed quite a few casualties. Less than 10, but anyway, I'll see you on the campaign map. Okay, we're about to occupy the village. We could sack the place and only get 444 coins. That doesn't really seem worth it. Someone was saying that it would be far more worth it to sack the place or exterminate, but from where I'm sitting, that's not true at all. If we exterminate, we lose a ton of population, which is very hard to recover, but we only get 200 gold coins. If we sack, we damage a ton of buildings, which we'll then have to pay for in the end. And of course, we will kill some population as well. But if we occupy, we will just gain money, you know? Like, we might as well just occupy. There we go. Dwarf Wa now has a Gondor shield, of course. And, yeah, the only thing going on in Druaden Village, which I'm sure we could rename to something pithy and funny. I don't really have anything on mind right now. Actually, we're making not a bad income from this place. 429. What was I saying? My only worry with this village is that we'll have to garrison it for a few turns here, lest it revolt, like, immediately. Yeah, if we pull our men out of this place, it's just gonna fucking revolt. Even if we put it to very low taxes, we have a lot of issues with cultural unrest and unrest, no governance, distance to capital, etc. So what I may do, actually, is I may leave Gordush in the village to oversee the place. I'm sure he can handle it for a while. We can repair the walls, of course. There we go. We can crank the taxes to... if we put them to very high, we get 600 gold coins. That's not bad at all. But for now, they'll have to sit at normal. Until we build a Shrine of Melkor or something like that, they're just going to have to sit at normal. But here we go. I'm glad that we can leave Gordush there to deal with the population, because we need a little bit of manpower in the fields here. Because we've got this Gondorian army that I would like to deal with, because they're probably going to attack Dwarf Wa, actually. Now that I put him out in the open, basically my intent here was that Dwarf Wa would reinforce Dondeth, and we could just throw 1,000,000 orcs upon these Gondorians and just crush them thoroughly and then go from there. But that doesn't appear to be the case. Luckily, though, we have captured this village, and what that means is we don't really have to worry about Carindros anymore. As long as we maintain a front along Minas Tirith, well, around Minas Tirith and along this road here, this is our new front, providing that the Rohirrim don't invade either. But we can put a watchtower all the way over here, and that will give us a massive advanced warning system. We can also, I believe, occupy this fort, which would be something, but can you occupy forts? I can't quite recall. But basically what I'm saying is we have consolidated our front to basically Minas Tirith, to the port, really. And we can just dominate this territory now. But yeah, I may just throw Dwarf Wa and Carindros so he can get some reinforcements himself. These assholes need to meet up with Dondeth. I don't want them... I really don't want them to be bribed, so I'm going to leave them in West Osgiliath for now, till they recover some movement points. But you know what? We might as well end the turn here and see what the next turn brings. We should have 1,400 gold coins next turn. That's something to work with, for sure. But anyway, let's end the turn. Ah, shit. Unfucking real. I didn't mention this, but I was a little suspicious that Dale would turn on us once I had seen that asshole coming up on our flanks there. And I think, hopefully... Oh my god, Lagaf has a shit ton of command. How has that happened? I bet you it's from this, actually. 2 command from that. 2 command from that. Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but... Lagaf has gained a massive amount of command. Gee golly. But regardless, let's see if we can get him to withdraw to Thornburg. That would be... No!
Objective
Fucking great. Lagaf is going to get slaughtered in the field because he could not retreat to Thornburg. Yeah, I suppose we have no choice but to auto-resolve this. Clear defeat.
Retreat!
There he goes. Now he's in Thornburg. Phew! A close shave there. Okay, once again, the Gondorians are blowing a ton of gold, trying to assassinate my Nazgul every turn, which is a little worrying, as I assume that at some point they may be successful. But as I predicted, Captain Failvin here has marched north to meet Dwarvois, my god, and I'm not sure we'll be able to withdraw far enough.
Pull back! Pull back!
No, definitely not. He is going to attack us in the field, and I think Dwarvois' army is about to be crushed. Oh gosh, and you know what? I'm not really feeling... I don't really want to fight this battle right now. So I may just end the episode here, with this sweet cliffhanger, the fall of Dwarvois, perhaps. I hope you understand, I'm just... I don't really want to fight this right now, so I'm going to end this episode a little bit early, you know, 10 minutes too early, I suppose. And, I'll see you guys next fucking episode when we have to fight this battle. My gosh.